Hey guys, StarCraft here, and hope you all had a Merry Christmas. I know I did. If you're wondering what I got, well, one of the things I got was Detective Pikachu on Blu-ray, but I got two big books. Hold on one second. One was the Absolute Edition of Batman Dark Knight 3 The Master Race. Pretty big and hefty. I like the story. The other one was Why the Last Man, the complete omnibus. I've been hearing so much about this series. I got Ex Machina, also by Brian K. Vaughan. So I wanted to know what this was about, and I figured I'd get them all at once as opposed to, getting each and every trade. That would take forever. But enough about that. I figured I'd talk about, how things have been this year. The ups, downs, tribulations, things that really stand out, and a few other things I'll get to eventually. But let's just look at how things started for me and this show on its own. Beginning of the year, I unmasked myself, showed my face. A lot of people actually liked that. Had no more Skeletor. And I started actually chugging out more videos. Had my own bit of slacking off like you do, but I think I did a pretty good job this whole year, my first full year, doing these videos. I was able to put out mostly comic reviews or my spotlights, getting a catch to a few creators to notice, and I just ended up just having a whole lot of fun making them new friends. To a point. I gotta get out of the way right here and now. This whole year has been actually not the greatest. First, I want to say right off the bat, I called it at the end of last year. Most of the movies this year just felt like obligations. You had to see it either because I was a fan or because it wraps things up. You can't get any better than Rise of Skywalker, but you already saw my video on that. I'm not going to go any further with that. But just Aladdin was a flop. Terminator Dark Fate was a flop. I had actually had hope for that up until a point. So many of these movies that came out this year were flops or ruined my expectations. Aside from Endgame, but really, how were they going to fuck that up? But I will say the biggest surprise TV-wise has to be The Mandalorian. I love it. I will defend it, even though there's a saying, oh, they are putting politics subtly. Again, I'll get to my issues on all this later, but one other positive I want to get is, whoopsie, my mistake. Headphones got hooked. Sorry. I'm gonna be too lazy to edit that out. But this year was definitely the year of the Indiegogo books. Majority of them coming out. Some of them came out last year, but the majority of them came out this year. Such as, Earthworm Jim, as I've gone over. Also, of course, in that note, Bigfoot Bill with Stenopel. Jesus! Sorry, folks. One of the downsides of having these things in. Pistorella. Cyberfrog, finally. Now, this didn't come out this year, but I bought it in conjunction with another one. Again, My Hero Macadamia. You had, of course, Walmart. I believe this came out. I'll just mention anyway. Trump Space Force. Soul Finder. Now, I know this definitely came out. These all came out this year. You had Ironside, Jawbreakers 2, Lone Star, The Meg, Graveyard Shift. Yeah, just having all of those out. Some of which are in my top 10 list this year. Not all, but yeah, you had those. This was the year for the Black Label books, such as, hold on. Come on. Hold on a second. Well, yeah, basically I got all of them. I love all these ones. Well, some exceptions. Yeah. You had some good stuff from DC, Doomsday Clock and all that. And it's been a roller coaster for comics. But okay. I'll be doing a top 10 comic list with a few bottom of the barrel stuff. But what made this year so miserable? So I'll be honest, the comics Twitter community nearly broke me this year. Seriously, guys, I'm not kidding when I say this. I am very much almost empathic. I see friends going through situations, especially ones when I've tried to help out. To use the old adage that Perch reminded me of recently, you could lead a horse to water, but you can't get it to drink. I kept trying to prevent a lot of the issues going on, and it's still going on. And here's the thing, I'm going to remind you all. I am not on Anti-Comicsgate, WarCampaign side. I am not on WarCampaign's Comicsgate side. I've been on the sidelines, and I've been doing my own thing. And I have not been liking what I've been seeing. Now, I admit I blew my top out 6 months ago, but just seeing everything go down lately. Seeing friends turn on each other, having to make sides, or worst of all, what really almost broke me. Having some people I trusted, people who have my back, one, doing what I predicted they would do. Say, hey, we had your back. Why are you saying this stuff? Yeah, in other words, we had your back so you could have loyalty to us. Thank you very much. As well as, hey, you said this stuff, yada, 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 all of those things. But seeing, we saw that video, so we know where you really stand. Or even worst of all, what truly almost broke me. Hey, guys, I am just telling you from where I'm standing. You're being manipulated. No one's telling me anything. I'm from what I'm observing. Observation could be manipulation too. What? That's what almost did it for me. Having close friends say you were too stupid to realize you were being played. That everything, your opinions, because it matches the other side, clearly don't matter. Because it is matching theirs, clearly you're being manipulated or you're in on it, or whatever their opinions were. No. That's what almost broke me, because it's just like, you guys trust me. You know where I stand. And yet, because you have to pick a side, that's where you were. Now, I know it's not like I'm being all anti-Comicsgate and WarCampaign, but I can't stand that side either, because they are going way overboard. But I've said before, both sides are losing their minds and becoming such children. One side can end it. And like I say, that's more the Comicsgate side. If you have people what's really pisses me off from Comicsgate and WarCampaign, and I know no one is like, we have nothing to apologize for. We did nothing wrong. We're just doing jokes. That's the problem, guys. You guys keep on thinking that's all you're doing. I've been bullied and harassed. And I can tell you right here and now, all I'm hearing from you, everything I hear from you guys, is basically, why are the guys we're harassing can't take the joke? Clearly it's their fault. They can't see the humor in what we're doing. That's basically saying the bullies never did anything wrong because the person they're bullying should just laugh at it. Guys, not everyone sees it the way you do. And the way you guys are going lately, the way you guys push it. Now again, the antis are worse. I admit, because they go even more egregious. But the fact that you guys will never own up to it. The fact that you guys, even when you do say we apologize, you do so half-assed. No one's going to take you seriously. And again, you guys just act like, we didn't do nothing. We didn't do nothing. Nothing. Dippo. Nada. Zilch. When you guys do that stuff, who's going to believe you besides those in on it? All they're going to do is when they see your actions, and then they see you guys say, what do we do? They're just jokes. And they're like, no, they're not jokes. Who's going to believe you? Now again, I'm pretty sure there are more people out there who are keeping their mouths shut like I usually do. But at the same time, don't want to be on the other side. But the fact of the matter is, both sides are horrible. And that's what constantly, it's just hurting me. And I'll be honest, I almost thought about walking away. Dropping everything, just leaving everything. Like when I privatized my account, I was ready to close it down. I was ready to just give it all up, just cut ties from everything. Because this isn't what we started. This wasn't about, oh, we gotta focus on a creator. No, we were trying to make new products, something that could actually outlive the creator, something that actually meant something. But nowadays, like I've said in other videos, creations don't really matter. Deep down, they don't really matter. The creators matter. You guys want to be, like I said before, you guys want to replace the big two. You never will, because they have characters that are bigger than the creators. All right? You say, oh, the characters are going to die, we're going to outlive them? How? There's no character I know of. I know a few. Earthworm, not kind of Earthworm Jim, but Bigfoot Bill, Lone Star, Cyberfrog. But at least with some of those, like Bigfoot Bill, we get some understanding of the character before the campaign came out, etc. We were actually sold on it. Nowadays, we're more sold on the creator who's doing it, and they're just pushing it out. And that's not what I want. That's not what any of us really want. That's not what I'm interested in. I'm not in it because, oh, loyalty to the creator. No. That gets my interest and gets my foot in, to look at it, but it has to be something that catches it. Like, prime example, I backed Art Sibbert's Black and White. It looks good. I've wanted to see those books before. I'll back the next part of it since it's supposed to be a two-part campaign. But his other one doesn't do it for me. Sorry, Art. Just not my thing. Or with Ethan, I'll definitely be backing Cyberfrog. He got my money for that. But if he does Rainbow Brute, I'm going to go in skeptical. I need it. So again, each person I go in one step at a time. Tug, if you see this, I doubt it, but if you do, I almost didn't back Littlest Umbrella. Why? And why did I? Well, my parents got it for me as an early Christmas backing up for it, so I did it. I almost wasn't going to because love what you do with your daughter. But so much of what you've done kind of has lost me. So I haven't watched your videos in a while. Nothing personal, just you've lost me. And so much of your campaigns, I don't see much about the product. I just see much about like, hey, back my product, support me. And that's it. And I need more than that. Again, once my parents were able to help put some of the money for it, yeah, of course I backed it. I almost did it on my own money. Because I couldn't bring myself to do it. Again, nothing personal. Just when all you're doing is just simply saying, hey guys, back my book. And you're not even pushing it that much about what the book's about anymore. It's more about what you get from your videos and you just tag on, or you have an outrage go on and then you're like, hey, still back my book though to help me out. I mean, you've gone through a rough year. I'm not saying you haven't. But at the same time, no, I'm not just going to do it. That's why I don't put any money in the Vestige. Because I think nothing about it. What's it about? You guys can tell me all you want, but you guys aren't pushing it. I'm not even going to go into the stealing solo debacle. But why didn't I drop everything? What's kept me around? Well, most of my friends, well, the people I thought were my friends, people I thought I can actually trust and talk to on a regular basis, it went down from like a list to I can count almost one hand. Almost. Maybe two hands. So many of them I can't. And I could definitely tell you some. Tristan is obviously one. I'm pretty sure you guys are already aware of that. Tristan, she's been through a lot, and I've been through a lot, and we both have helped each other whenever we can communicate. Unholy Spork, like I said in one of my other videos. Same with Dion and Powell Jr. and Perch. Of course, my own best friends, Eric, Alex, Kingdom Key 23, Easy the Man, and Ingrid, Ariel Diamond. All of those. There are a few others here and there, but those are my biggest ones that have helped keep me I talk to them regularly. And I mean, people like Englandton to a degree, obviously, great guy. Feel like I could talk to him about so much. But, and again, there are a few others, like I said. But then there's so many others that I thought I could, that either backstabbed me, made it be like, oh, I know what you really are, things like that. Makes me always wonder, because when I was ever growing up, and in the past couple of decades, I always started to realize a lot of times I saw people I were friends were people who were nice and tolerated me. And I started getting that feeling heavy-handedly this year. It just, again, almost broke me. So I thought I had a great community I could have friends with. But I didn't. It was built initially on one thing and slowly became something else. Something I didn't want it to be, something I didn't care for it to be. But who'd care what I had to say? No one does. Heck, I doubt many of you people are going to be seeing this. My numbers have gone so downhill. I have to wonder how much of it is because I've cut off so much time from WarCampaign that they were the ones causing my numbers to be high. I don't know. See, that's where my mind goes. And I'm not saying what I'm saying are facts. But I'm just saying my mind just starts to theorize things like, were they just doing it just so they can get my numbers up? So like, hey, we're helping you with your numbers. And it's like, guys, I want my show to stand on its own. Things like that. And it shows right now that my show was never going to last. But I don't care. I'm going to still keep doing it as long as I can. I hope. But at the same time, though, it's so hard. It's really so hard. When the community is as fractured as it is, when people don't even care much about comics, real comics anymore, it's more about the whose side you're on. 'Cause seriously, I do not feel like we care about comics anymore. Who talks about comics anymore? Almost no one. Seriously, guys, this needs to change. But I hope next year will be better, but I don't know. I really don't know. I'm going to do another video in a couple of days about where I'm predicting for next year, media-wise. I'm not going to go into this, but I needed to let this all out. How this year almost broke me. There was a bunch of other personal reasons, but for the most part, it was this. And I know some of you will be like, "Oh, why'd you do it?" Like, because some of you guys I thought were my friends, and now I don't know what to believe anymore. So, yeah. Next video will be my top 5 favorite comics of the year. With a couple of talk about the worst, obviously. Then after that, it'll be where I'm looking for next year. So until then, I'll catch you guys later. Hey guys, I want to make another little addendum to what I was saying earlier. Look, what I mean by all of that, I was a little tired when I said I'm not taking most of it back. I just want to clarify. If you guys support WarCampaign, Comicsgate, what have you, all more power to you, alright? I mean it. I'm not going to tell you guys, and if you guys don't, again, alright, more power to you. But my whole point was that this whole past year I've had people, seeing friends fight each other, seeing the fact that I kept trying to call things out, warn things, point things out ahead of time, trying to have a pass, and nothing came of it. It's why it really gets to me, because so many times I do it. I do take it upon myself. That's just who I am. It's the kind of person I am. And the fact of the matter is that when I see all the crazy shit going on, this side, that side, denounce, don't denounce this side, denounce that side, all that drives me nuts. It really drives me nuts. And the fact is, I've said this before, WarCampaign and have become a bunch of bullies, but the Anti-Comicsgate and all that have gotten even worse. They've become batshit insane, many of them. Calling up, Disney to try and get stealing Solo thing down. What the hell? You have, but again, at the same time, though, when you see people like Ethan making statements that are clearly encouraging, trying to get a rise, dude, not helping, especially when you make a statement that makes it seem like, oh yeah, everything we've been thinking about him is absolutely true. And you basically start pushing it, and it's like, who else is going to take it? Not everyone's going to see it as a joke. Some are going to actually see it as, Oh, yeah, that's serious. And if that's the thing you're trying to get out of, you're making it worse. You're throwing more gasoline on the fire. Or when you have other people start to make all these comments, no one's going to get a rise. Dude, not funny anymore. It's gone beyond funny and more just trying to say, I want this thing to keep on going. Fact of the matter is, this needs to stop. No one's going to care. That's part of the reason why I've been having this. Like I said, I almost broke. Because no one cares except what side they're on. This is not about comics anymore. It hasn't been for almost this whole year. With some exceptions, some of which are from those who have left Comicsgate, seem to actually have more of a care for it. Others, I don't know anymore, and yet, and I cannot tell anymore. That's the unfortunate side of everything. I just cannot tell what this community is anymore. And this was one of those communities I could go to, and I felt I could talk to anyone, everyone. I can't anymore. I really can't. Really can't. And that's what really gets to me this whole year. It's just watching it fall apart and watching as I have to more and more cut and choose not to communicate with people much anymore. Because what choice do I have? Really, what choice do I have? And when I see people who they know where I stand, they know the kind of person I am, and yet, nope, decide to say, we know where you really stand, and start insulting me and feeling like, oh, that's perfectly fine. Why? And this goes for either side. Really, why are we resorting to this? Why? I hope 2020. I mean, the funny thing of all is, last year I kept saying, I do not see Comicsgate lasting. I see it barely making through 2019, and it's going to collapse by 2020. The fact of the matter is, I can't believe how much I feel like I am closer to being on the money than I is. Because like I said, it's not about comics anymore. It really isn't. Comics are being used to try and promote the creator, but it's about the creators. It's not about making new products to try and get to make it something that represents, like, it's not trying to make the next new Superman. It's not trying to make the next new Batman. It's trying to make the next new Ethan Van Sciver creation, the next new Doug Tenopel, Mike Miller creation. It's all about making the next creation of the creator. It's not about making something that's going to stand the test of time. It's about making something that's just going to keep pushing the creator. And that's not what comics should be about. It shouldn't be about trying to promote the creator. Because isn't that what we were so pissed about? What the left is doing and the SJWs were doing with comics? Oh, it's all about the creator, not about the characters. No one cares about the characters. Guys, comics should be about entertaining people, but also creating new characters that can actually last beyond us. But I don't see that. I don't see that at all. And those of you who think it's still there, prove it to me. Tell me how. Tell me without bringing up the creators being unnecessary. Beyond being like, oh, but look what they're doing. It's like, no, beyond that. Tell me about the characters, how these characters are going to last beyond the creators and be able to actually stand. If Comicsgate really is the future of comics, which I don't believe anymore, then tell me, how is it going to last beyond this first generation? How is it going to go beyond it? Besides making a whole bunch of new characters that are just going to be tossed in, and then when the creators are gone, they're gone for good, and no one's going to care. Tell me. I don't see it. Now that's the future, then let the whole thing die. All of comics die. I'd rather have all comics die than having it be limping along on life support if that's how Comicsgate is going to be. Because I don't want that. And I don't think anyone really does. But unfortunately, no one cares anymore because it's been nothing but internal politics about what group is in charge, who's on which side of which group, all of that shit. Nobody cares about comics anymore. Comics are just there. How do we get here? Oh, you can do all these crazy theories. Fact of the matter is, you're wondering why I'm broken. That's why. Because I was in this were comics. And it's no longer about comics, but it's being limped and pulled along, acting like it is. It's a shame, too. I'll be getting my top, like I said earlier, I'll be getting my top 10, and top 5, sorry, comics of the year. I'll be doing that today, actually. Didn't realize it was the 30th, and I want to have my predictions video tomorrow. So, yeah. See you then.